Well, a very good morning, or possibly, depending on where you're listening from, good afternoon to you all from the Upton Steel County Ground, Grace Road in Leicester. It's day 2.
Shami often takes first change, but he's opening the bowling here with presumably Yush Yadav. The good leave, actually, today. Faces up to Shami, who beats him outside off stump. A little bit of nip away, an appeal from mid-on, and generally when mid-Shami in, squared up Louis Kimber, but he's played it well. He's guided it down between third slip and gully, who's moved a bit wider now, and that's gone down to the deep third boundary for the first boundary for Leicester.
Yadav is in. That does find the edge, bounces just short of Sharma at second slip. Takes it, well, stops it. Bounce.
Playing for Leicestershire.
Yadav is in, bowls at leave from Evans. A good leave, as they say. Wasn't so very far away from off. In goes Yadav and bowls slightly shorter this time. Evans, nice high left elbow as he...
Shami is into Kimber. That's a tight leave and a well-judged leave at Shami. In he scuds towards Kimber, who definitely had a flash at that. Tried to punch it off the back foot through the vacant cover region.
Yadav continues from the pavilion and bowls to Evans and beats him comprehensively with a delivery that just is in and bowls again, and tentative Evans leans forward, but he does get pretty much the middle of the bat to that. Plays in and bowls to Evans. It's straighter this time, and Evans is leaning into a firm push.
In a second, as Shami is in a skewed drive from Kimber. He wasn't quite into the shot, but he threw the hands through it with that big backlift, and it goes away to the right hand of the Leicestershire fielder at backward point. I say the Leicestershire fielder because it is one of the Leicestershire Academy graduates who played in FA Cup finals and captained England. Shami into Kimber. This is back of a length, and that's a much more authoritative shot, but I think it's only going to get him 2 as he punches it through the covers, chased down by the fielder at mid-off. You can tell that was Virat Kohli.
Dearly love to sign them up. In goes Yadav, bowls. Ooh, shorter ball that climbs. Evans plays it well. He dropped his hands. Yadav is into Evans straight, but Evans stepping slightly across towards his...
I would think it very unlikely that he's going to play any county cricket. This one is pushed by Kimber into the offside as Shami continues, and now Sam Evans will get to face Mohammed Shami. Former Leicestershire player tells about Verinder Sehwag. Evans facing up to Shami, and he's gone. First ball that he's faced from Shami. It was a beauty from the India fast bowler. A little bit full, a little bit of movement away. Evans had a little prod at it, and it's gone low to first slip. A nice catch taken just above the ankles. Sam Evans, the Leicestershire captain for this game, is gone for 1 of 22 deliveries. Leicestershire 14 for 1.
Yeah, and having played Yadav pretty well at the other end. First ball from Mohammed Shami. A little bit of movement. It was a slightly...
6. Leicestershire's number 3, and do not adjust your set, Cheteshwar Pujara. I think it's no such adventure from Cheteshwar Pujara, one would imagine. He allows this to hit him on the body, which is a feature of that incredible Australia tour that he had into that region. Shami in, that's left alone, very tight to off stump. Shami puts hands to head.
Yadav kicking up his heels, showing his orange-soled boots. Bowls to Kimber, who plays a nothing shot, really, an attempted force at a... Yadav is in, bowls again, and he is flashing this time, and he's got it wide of, well, between third and fourth slip. I say wide of fourth slip to his left, and dived across two-handed to his left. Couldn't get underneath the ball, and Kimber flashes and gets away with it. Picks up 4, moves on to 16 of 20 balls, 18 for 1, but far, far from convincing.
Again, too tight, really, to play the shot.
A 5th slip has gone in as Yadav is in to Kimber, but to twice bitten. Finally shy. Kimber lets it go through. Yeah. As Yadav is in, and Kimber inside edges down to long leg between his body and the stumps. 4-4. Came back in, and he took the bottom hand off the bat as he was looking to force on the offside. Thick inside edge, runs fine. Inside long leg down to fine leg. 4-4. So picked up 2 boundaries in the over and has moved on to 20, but
as Shami is in to Pujara, yet to get off the mark, and he's bowled him. Cheteshwar Pujara gone for a ducker. Mohammed Shami spreads the arms wide like an aeroplane and then leaps to hug Pujara around the neck. That one will be much talked about. That was a beauty from Shami. They've been moving away off the seam. That one came back in and took the top of the bails. Cheteshwar Pujara, a man very much in form, is gone for a 6-ball duck.
It may just have chopped on a bit. I think it may have come off the inside. Yeah, it did.
Yeah, that again, cramp for room. Pujara trying to bring the bat down in it hurriedly and the bottom edge onto the top of the bails. Leicestershire are Richie Benno, 22 for 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure Pujara will have I mean, he's a lovely man and smiles a lot, but he wasn't smiling too broadly.
As Everson faces up to Mohammed Shami, and he leaves this one very awkwardly and then suddenly has to flail as it comes hurrying back at him off the seam and in evidence. Last ball of a very good over from Mohammed Shami. He's down the leg side and I think that might be leg by as it's escaped KS Barrett, then gone down to the boundary for 4. Yes, leg by is just off the thigh pad, the other thigh pad at this time, so the protective equipment getting a good workout. 4 leg bys to finish the over.
Yadav is in, bowls to Kimber, full and on driven, and he's got that one past the diving mid on Jadeja, I think it is there.
Shardul Thakur.
Thakur, beg your pardon, and he couldn't quite get there. And once you're beaten on this very, very fast outfield, you're not going to pick yourself up and chase the ball down again, especially...
That shot, rather.
Yadav is in and bowls, and Kimber is turning it out towards square leg. He's going to pick up another 4. A nice piece of timing there. It does just trickle over the ropes. It was no more, really, than it had...
Of the 11th over of this innings. Kimber pushes this and beats the dive of the fielder at mid-off. It might just pull up. Siraj is going to have to taste that point to off, but the ball is actually stopped by the time he's there, and they'll come through for 3 runs. That was a 70-yard sprint. The first over is push Ellison up to mid-on fields, and there is no Leicestershire 30 for 2 after 11.
In goes Siraj and bowls, and Kimber is leaning forward again, somewhat.
Shardul Thakur comes in his second over, and that's punched down. A shot of the morning so far from Joe with a little strike inside on 4. Just linked on it, half volley from Shardul Thakur, and a lovely swing of the bat through the ball from Joey. He moves to 5.
Shot.
Shardul Thakur more is so Thakur comes in, pushes this one into the onside again. Chase Shami at mid-wicket, mid-on rather, but it's a fielder at mid-wicket who gets there first, and Everson sounding to the speaker, no doubt, as is in to Joeyson, who defends this nicely in the punt on 22. Shami in, and that's beautifully driven away by Rishabh Pant. Slightly over pitch. It's the long boundary out that way, but Rishabh Pant doesn't fear long boundaries. Shami is in to Rishabh Pant, then is driven away again through extra cover by Rishabh Pant. This one a little bit squarer, but no.
Now in Leicester, in goes Thakur, bowls to him. He's leaning forward and steering it wide of the wider of the 2 gullies, who dived down, almost 4th slip really, dived to his left. Got out. Thakur is in, a little bit short up on his toes. Beautifully played by Rishi Patel. A slightly angled bat, crunching it away through the offside to the extra cover. Thakur is in again to him, and he's driving off the back foot very straight through the offside this time. Mid-off, Gill couldn't get across in time. May not be the greatest fielder, but he's not bad. He's fairly quick. This is well, India declared on their overnight score of 246 for 8. To nobody's great surprise, that it has to be said. They did want to start bowling as soon as the match started this morning. The touring...
They field a good chunk of the morning session, and that's a beauty from Shami, and a really good catch by Hanuma Vihari at gully. It squared up Rishi Patel, angled into him, moved away. He was turned into an S, really, trying to play that, and it squirted off the outer part of the bat, and a very good low catch diving to his right at gully. A good innings from Rishi Patel, but it's been ended by a good delivery and a fabulous catch. He goes for 34 of 46. Leicestershire 129 for 4.
Yep, into Sam Bates, who is cutting away, driving away off the back foot very nicely indeed. Used every inch of his 6'3" there. It was short. He's in and bowls, and he's driving through extra cover for 4 more. No way that is going to be chased down. It just overpitched.
Fluency to the way the bat's coming down from Bates.
Thakur is in, edged court at first slip. It edged and loaded. Yeah, he took him out there, rather, didn't he? He was batting very nicely for all the 7 balls that he had faced before that one. That was his 8th, and it was a little bit too good from Shardul Thakur, just outside off some. Maybe have straightened a little bit. Left-hander got the edge. Defeat at Northamptonshire.
Shami continues this longish spell from the Bennett end. That's cut hard by Rishabh Pant. Cut so hard that the second gully cannot stop it. He got a hand to it, Vihari. I think that was a little earlier. This one is edged, but much more controlled. This time the inside the 2 gullies. The fielder at gully dives across to his right, can't.
And lean forward, then he gets into his run and side off stump and fade away through the offside unceremoniously by Roman Walker. Slightly short. In he goes and bowls. Slightly over pitches on that occasion. It is straight and it's on driven most correctly, most pleasantly by Walker. Back past the bowler, past umpire Russell Warren, and down through fine. In goes Yadav and bowls down the leg side. Helped on its way beautifully by Pant. Just leant forward, picked it up and somehow managed to get it all the way over the ropes for 6.
Well,
top edge.
You wanted him to get out of the 40s, and he's done so. I don't think that was a top edge at all. That was down on one knee, paddle sweep basically of him.
Yadav is in, bowls onto the leg side, and that is asking for it. It's a little bit short and unfussily almost. Pant just paddle pulls it away through mid-wicket and clipped it, but say the way he turned his wrists on it and where he hit it, it's not just flexible wrists, it's very strong. In he goes and bowls full and is driven for 4. It was overpitched. It was a half volley and it was just outside off stump, and Walker wasn't going to miss out and didn't. Crunched it away, orthodox, relatively to be able to. Hello, well, I'm watching Rishabh Pant lay waste his teammate's attack.
Pant on one is one of the great sights in world cricket, and he, with absolute contempt, flicks Mohammad Siraj away through the onside. Held the pose, no follow through on it. A short arm front foot flick through the onside. The fielder
on a pitch at Grace Road, driving and finding the edge on that occasion. His walk again, it's that sort of flat-footed drive that he sometimes plays, minimal foot movement, and he did rather waft at it, got a thick outside edge, ran past slip and down to the 3rd man boundary for 4. And apologies for laughing at another's misfortune, gentlemen.
As Siraj is in, a bouncer which flies over the head of Roman Walker, flies over the head of KS Bharat, and makes a satisfying thump as it goes over the advertising hoarding and under beam up here. We don't have a speed gun, but sometimes the quicker it comes on, the quicker it comes off the bat, and that is a good shot from Roman Walker. I think the best of his today. He's put away some half volleys. That
skipper goes in around the wicket. He's lofted over deep mid-wicket for 6. Slog swept, essentially.
4, in fact.
Did it not? Oh, it didn't carry. I thought it had carried. Just bounced short of the ropes down there at deep mid-wicket. One of the 2 is overs, just a couple of steps, and he is in another hit. Now that could be going all the way, but no, it should be caught down here at long on, and is caught at long on. And Jadeja raises both hands to the heavens. Rishabh Pant's hugely entertaining innings has come to an end. He gets a huge hug from Jadeja. Well, rather have one in those circumstances than Pujara had from Shami earlier in the day. 208 for 6. Pant goes for 76 off 86 deliveries, and that was a lot of fun, and the dismissal in its own way was as well.
Yeah, just a little bit of a top edge from, I say a little bit, a lot of a top edge. Misjudged the length of that delivery. Might not test wickets.
He is in and bowls. Bowley is forward. He's got a thick outside edge along the ground, wide of second slip. May even pick up 4. He is going to pick up 4. Confirmation again of the speed of the outfield position. He's going to stay right there. Jadeja drops a little bit short. Walker pulls him over mid-wicket. Doesn't get all of it by a long chalk. Only just clears mid-wicket, but almost gathers pace, having bound
For India.
To finish the over. Jadeja is in. Down the wicket goes Walker, lofting a very nice straight hit indeed. And it thumps into the Leicestershire sort of T20 dugout. The 2 T20 dugouts have been put out there for the
as Thakur is in. That's a sharp bouncer, and that's hit. Is in. Penultimate ball of the over, flapped by Bowley, but effectively flapped fine of the fielder at long leg. 4. Nat Bowley has scored 8 off his 20 deliveries, but 4 seamers.
The burden has been shared. Jadeja is in, should be stumped, and is stumped. Not taken cleanly all right the first attempt by the keeper. However, Walker had danced down the wicket, realised he was beaten, didn't attempt to get back in his ground, so KS Barrett could wait for the ball to, or grab it at the second attempt and whip off the bails. Jadeja has his second wicket, that of Walker, who played pretty well.
As Shardul Thakur is in. Somehow Nat Bowley has managed to get that over first slip. I'm not entirely sure how, I'll be honest, because he was aiming a hook over square leg. It's come. 4th ball over the over is short and hooked and dropped for 4. Sam Wood, the Leicestershire Academy player, down on the balcony. It came straight to him. He was in a good position in 3 boundaries behind square. He's hit that better, flatter, and Wood sort of collapses on it with fielders end up fielding it with the inside of both of his knees. Good athletic take from KS Bharat. He's had to do that a few times.
Is in and bowls on his toes. Edge just maybe wide of first slip, inside first slip, between the wicketkeeper and first slip. When I say maybe 1 second, having taken the ball in his gloves in case he was going to go for a little walk. Back goes Bowley, plays and misses. Though he's caught behind. It was a nothing shot, delivery outside off stump, but it's fair to say that it's been coming in that over. He played and missed one way or another 3 times, and then the 4th he tickled behind and just
to Davis, still yet to score, but now he has. That's a good firm thumping on drive past mid on, and Will Davis is off the mark with 4. Thakur kind of had to pitch the ball up, having been warned for, well, not warned, but told that was his 1 bouncer for the over. Sakande now facing up to Thakur, and he's bowled him off stump out the ground, and that is a pretty emphatic way to wrap up an innings and an emphatic way to secure a not at all vital first innings lead of 2. Sakande playing down middle, the ball was on off, and off is now on the floor. Shardul Thakur finishes with 2. Leicestershire finish 244 all out, and we have, in effect, a 1 innings game after India made 246 for 8 declared. Rishabh Pant, the star for Leicestershire. Many people